Eastern and Central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. On this last day of a holiday weekend, our area took time out to remember the reason behind Memorial Day.
It is, of course, to honor those who served. Memorial Day was started to remember the men who gave their lives during the Civil War. It has remained an annual observance down through the years, honoring those who fought and who died in all of this nation's wars. Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini went to Montour County today, where servicemen and women of the most recent conflicts were remembered.
It could be a Memorial Day ceremony in just about any town. But in Danville, they're dedicating a plaque with the names of Montour County's men and women who served in Vietnam and Korea. Jack Gerst is seeing his service in Vietnam recognized here at Memorial Park.
We have our World War I monument down here and our World War II monument up there, and we felt as though Korea and Vietnam was just as important.
Mine was up 17 years ago. But then the names just got put on recently.
Making her way through the crowd, Minnie Marks wants to see the name of Richard Daley. Her son is finally recognized 36 years after he died in Korea.
It makes a difference that they're really coming down to giving recognition, and it makes me feel different inside.
Children play on the cannon as Veterans Outreach Director Donald Swartz talks about the plaque and how it helps all of us come to terms with war. Swartz says more and more small towns are honoring their Korean and Vietnam vets with plaques.
An awful lot of towns still to go and an awful lot of healing still to be done.
So now Memorial Park in Danville truly lives up to its name. It honors the men and women of Montour County who served in all of America's wars. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Danville.
Parades are held throughout northeastern and central Pennsylvania each year on Memorial Day, and today was no exception. We stopped by at several parades today, including this one in Danville. It's an annual event in the Montour County community. The local American Legion Band performed for the crowd. And fire companies from the Danville area also marched through the streets on this Memorial Day. Antique car buffs had a real treat today at the Clark Summit Memorial Day Parade. It was sponsored by the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 7069. Another highlight, the Abington Heights High School Marching Band. The summer of '86 also marks the 75th year that Clark Summit has been a borough here in Lackawanna County.
People in Lackawanna County's Taylor enjoyed a Memorial Day parade this morning. They saw Taylor area veterans joined by young people who have known no wars. These little leaguers marching to the music provided by Taylor's Riverside High School Marching Band. In Wyoming County, Tunkhannock area veterans were joined by other community groups and organizations for their parade. But there was more to this celebration, and Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine found out about an annual Memorial Day effort for the young people.
If you live near Tunkhannock, this is a Memorial Day tradition. Parents of the Tunkhannock Little Leaguers have organized a chicken barbecue here at the Art Kiefer Memorial Park for the past 26 years. Some folks have spent every Memorial Day here. People like Dick Holton, who can't believe how the barbecues have grown.
Well, it's more fast-paced than it was 26 years ago. About 300 to 500 people compared to 2,600 people.
To give you an idea of how many people are here, there are only 2,100 people in the borough of Tunkhannock itself. More than 3,000 are expected here today. They'll eat 1,900 pieces of chicken, 200 pounds of baked beans, and 300 pounds of coleslaw. The parents have been preparing food for days, but say they don't mind all of the hard work if it helps their 550 Little Leaguers.
Oh, Oh, it takes a lot of time and dedication, but it's all worth it. When you see the kids playing ball out there, having a good time and learning about sportsmanship, it's worth it.
The money raised here will go toward a fund to maintain Tunkanak's 4 ball fields. And the players say without these $4 chicken dinners, they'd have a hard time playing ball.
Well, it helps to pay for the lawnmowers and stuff that mows the lawn and the lights and food and concession stand.
Makes a big difference?
Yeah.
Organizers here hope to raise more than $3,500 for the Little League. The nice thing about all of this is the people who come to eat here can see the ball players play and actually see where their money's going. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, Tunkhannock Township.
An accident on this holiday weekend has left a Wyoming County man hospitalized tonight in critical condition. State police say 31-year-old Dennis Moores of the Tunkhannock area lost control of his all-terrain vehicle last night and it rolled over. Moores is in critical condition under intensive care at Scranton CMC. The accident happened in Tunkhannock Township.
A hiker got into trouble today in the Delaware Water Gap area. Rescue efforts are underway right now on New Jersey's Mount Tammany. National Park Service rangers and New Jersey State Park Service people are helping the hiker off the mountain. No word on how he was injured, but Newswatch 16's Joe Ducey is at the rescue scene. He says the hiker is conscious and is being aided.
When Newswatch 16 continues, we'll tell you about the local link in the Hands Across America chain, and Action 16 will solve a problem that made a clown sad.
Plus, later on, Mike Stevens will take us back on the class of 16 to see the changes in his school.
Terminix, I found this beam crumbling in the basement. I think it's termites.
If termites are bugging you, call Terminix. No more bugs, no more worries.
At some places, getting tender chicken isn't always easy. And what you may wind up with is one tough bird. At Kentucky Fried Chicken, we start with plump, tender chicken. Then we cook it the Colonel's special way, so it's tender and delicious, bite after bite after bite. So for great tasting chicken you can sink your teeth into, come to the chicken experts. Because when it comes to tender chicken, ours is a real knockout.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right. This place is jumping, Toyota's jumping, the best deals by far on every car, 'cause now the place is jumping.
The place is jumping at your Toyota dealers. It's the biggest sales event in Toyota history. We're out to make incredible deals on a huge selection of Celicas, Tercels, Corollas, and Camrys.
This place is jumping, Toyota's jumping, we've got the deals on your favorite wheels, 'cause now the place is jumping.
It should be sometime tomorrow when we find out how Hands Across America will affect our area. In all, nearly 5 million people joined hands from Los Angeles to New York yesterday to raise money for the hungry and homeless here in the U.S. People from northeastern and central Pennsylvania took part by filling a 2-mile link in the human chain near Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Skycam 16 was overhead as the national fundraiser took shape. Organizers say the demonstration made a difference in how people see the problems facing the needy in their own communities. Money raised goes to the USA for Africa organization, which will figure out how much should go to which different areas.
Sometimes when Action 16's Jerry Gartenberg solves a consumer problem, you just can't put a price tag on it. This is one of those cases. Tonight, Jerry's in Peckville to help a clown who helps others.
And can anybody read what's on back of my... Wow. Reading.
This is not just an act, it's an act of love. Each week, JoJo the Clown and friend Jingles bring love to people at area hospitals and nursing homes like the Mid-Valley Long-Term Care Facility in Peckville. JoJo, also known as Joanne Gorlitz, wrote to me because she'd been waiting 3 months for Jingles the monkey to come in the mail. A few weeks after my letter to the mail-order company, Jingles arrived. Now, a $12 toy monkey may not seem like a big deal until you watch and listen.
And sometimes you'll see little children, or even like you saw today, older people, that they might be afraid to talk to me, right? And then they see the monkey, and I talk with the monkey, and they open up to him, and they smile, and they laugh, and they're hugging him, kissing. Sometimes they won't even say anything to me. But the monkey, you know, I can use him. I could use him to reach these people.
It makes you feel when I was 13, 14 years old, 17, 18, in my teens.
Made you feel like a teenager?
And now I'm in the 80s.
and it just makes me feel good to see these people smile and be happy while the show is going on, and I think she's great.
Action 16 might have just got me the monkey, but boy, through you're helping me bring a lot of love and joy to people.
It's a special feeling for me to help someone such as JoJo bring laughter and joy into other people's lives. When it comes to straightening out monkey business, Action 16 does not clown around. Jerry Gartenberg, Action 16, Peckville.
Ah, good job.
Good job.
The Weather Watch is next with our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark.
And Tom, everyone's saying it just couldn't have been better.
I don't think so. No rain. That's great for starters. When we come back, I'll tell you about our annual backyard barbecue. We'll be taming the flames, and we'll talk about the chance of some rain later on this week. But now you're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP, and we are proud to serve South Williamsport and all of Lycoming County.
Your Quality Plus Ford dealers present the Performance Plus Sweepstakes. We're dealing on the best-built American cars with no price increase. Cars like Ford Escort, with front-wheel drive and the performance that's made Escort the world's best-selling car. Get low 6.9 annual percentage rate financing on every Escort in stock. And you get a 3-year unlimited mileage powertrain warranty. Plus, you can enter to win this new Escort EXP. Test drive Escort today and be sure to enter the EXP Sweepstakes at your participating Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Chewy's challenges Milk-Bone to a chew-off. Which one cleans teeth better? And they're off. Milk-Bone is just a biscuit. It's crumbling fast. But Chewy's in the right lane is made of real beef hide. Gives teeth a marathon workout. Watch. A leading university test shows long after Milk-Bone goes to pieces, Chewy's keeps going strong. So it gets teeth twice as clean. When it comes to cleaning teeth, Chewy's wins paws down. And look for new beef-basted Chewy's for a taste dogs can't.
Now we know what Tom meant by taming the flames.
Whoa.
How's it coming out there, Tom?
Having a little trouble taming those flames. As you can see, we got quite a fire going in our backyard now, cooking up a few hot dogs, and what an evening to have a cookout. Last time I did this out here, it started to rain, but that will not happen this evening. A lot of blue sky overhead, and the temperature where I'm standing is about 110. Let's check out what some of the other shade temperatures are across the viewing area. Our weather watcher Mike McGillis in Jerseytown checks in with 84 in the shade. Ron and Kyle Razor in Milford would like you to know it's 76 at their place. They rode in the Milford Parade today and had a good time. And Jerry Reed in St. Clair checks in with 83. In our backyard now, it's quite nice. Just a few cirrus clouds overhead, 77 degrees. Humidity 34%, making it very comfortable. East wind at 7, the barometer at 30.11, and it's now falling just a bit. High temperature here today, almost hit 80, 79 for the high, 52 was the low this morning, 92 degrees, the record high for the date, 81 a year ago today with a gusty northwest wind. And there's some hot tracks in Riverside this afternoon, Northumberland County. You can see how the heated air bends the light rays, causing a distorted image in the distance. Radar satellite view just in, well, you can see why the Indy 500 was postponed once again today. Big storm system out over Illinois, spreading a lot of rain out ahead of it. But the rain from this storm will not be venturing into Pennsylvania. This high is now in control, and it'll keep us dry through tomorrow. It looks like the rain from this will slide to our south. It may just skim us on Wednesday with a shower, but that's about it. This front here will probably move on through and bring down more dry air out of Canada for later in the week. So not much in the way of rain shaping up over the next few days. So keep that in mind when you want to keep the lawn green and your garden plants growing. Tonight will be a starry night. Just a few thin clouds overhead. Watona about 53. Dixon City 52 tomorrow morning. Hometown 54. Hughesville about 54. The wind will be out of the southeast overnight, but it will be light. Now we got kind of an interesting pair in the morning sky between about 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. The moon and the bright planet Venus just next to it. It's kind of a rare setup. Here's your sunrise time for tomorrow morning, and that will be at 5:36, and the sun sets tomorrow at 8:26. Overnight tonight. Well, mostly clear, a pleasant evening. I hope you're enjoying your holiday so far. Just a beautiful evening to be outside, about 53 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a decent day to get back to work or school. But near 80 in the afternoon, a very warm day shaping up, but it'll stay dry through tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, the clouds come in as that storm system has some effect on us. Maybe a passing shower, but that's about it, about 73. Mid-70s on Thursday. Another front comes through from the north, one of those backdoor cold fronts. I'm going to call it partly sunny on Thursday. Friday, fair, 74 degrees. And for the upcoming weekend, the long shot call at this point looks for a cool type of a weather pattern for Saturday and Sunday. But a beautiful evening, and you guys get yourself out here. We're going to get fat.
You got a date.
The good
Okay.
thing I like burnt hot dogs, because I think they're all going to be burnt.
We've got one here for you, Karen.
Okay, go over,
Thanks,
take care of
Bob.
that fire. The Sports Watch is next with Tim Carlson. He'll be joining us in the backyard in just a few moments. But next, a second day of disappointment at Indy.
Plus, we begin the Yankees portion of our Men Behind the Mic series. Today, Bill White.
People tend to confuse me with the roles I play, which is ridiculous because I'm not a neat freak. For example, I just got a Beta Zoom copier from Minolta, but not because I can add toner without getting that disgusting black powder all over my hands. No, I got a Minolta Beta Zoom because it takes this mess of different size originals and gives back copies in one neat size automatically. But that doesn't make me a neat freak. Of course, I'm not a slob either, like,
For information on Minolta Beta Series copiers, call Top Copy today for the office nearest you.
Every time I drive this road, I wish I had a sports car. Nothing really fancy, just small and red and fast. But since I started back to school with the tuition and the books, I have to watch what I spend. Like buying Kelly tires for my car. What a great deal. Okay, so economy wasn't all I got. Who's complaining?
Kelly, a good deal on a great tire.
More disappointment in Indy, right?
Yeah, a friend of mine has a rain gear concession out in Indianapolis. He's making money like you wouldn't believe, I'll tell you. For the second time in 2 days, the Indy 500 has been postponed due to heavy and steady rain in Indianapolis. The race officials officially postponed around 4:30 Eastern time this afternoon. The second time in 71 years a complete race was called off. The first time was yesterday. No word on when it will be rescheduled. And the folks at ABC tell us if the race is run tomorrow, they won't carry it live, rather on a tape delay basis. ABC not saying anything about if the race is run at a later date, whether they'll do it live or not. We'll have more tonight on the update. Game one of the Celtics and Rockets NBA Final Series in Boston this afternoon. The Celts looking for their 16th NBA title. This one close for almost 3 periods. Larry Bird with 21 points gives the Celts an early 1-point lead with a 3-pointer. Akeem Olajuwon, 33 game-high points. He slams it home, but the Celts are still up by 1. Bill Walton with a fine second half. The running hook, and Boston pulls away. There it is right there. Nice shot. Boom. Bob Parrish led the Celts with 23 points. The slam, and Boston is up by 19. Dennis Johnson with 19 points. The Celtics with a balanced attack to win the game. Here's the final score for you. 112-100 over Houston in Game 1. We continue the Men Behind the Mic series today featuring the Yankees broadcast team. And John Evans introduces us to Bill White.
Got him. Pitch held by Weininger, and that'll retire the side.
Bill White joined the Yankee broadcast team in 1970, following a 15-year baseball career. In those 15 years, White won 7 Gold Gloves and was an All-Star 6 times while playing for the Giants, Cardinals, and Phillies. Like a lot of other broadcasters, Bill White was first a player and now an announcer. But unlike a lot of other broadcasters, he did not make the jump directly from the field to the booth. He took a little different route.
I did 6 o'clock sports and 11 o'clock sports. I did wrestling. I did gymnastics. I did horse shows. I did everything except baseball, which was a great experience for me. And then finally, after being there 3 years, the Yankees called me and asked me if I'd come up here. And so I've been here 16 years, finally, in something that I know something about.
White is known to Yankee fans for his distinct style in calling a game.
Deep right. Winfield back. That is gone.
It's something that has come natural to him.
It's just it's spontaneous. I know some broadcasters who've gone out and have tried to think up a catchy phrase, and I'm not a catchy phrase man.
A broadcast career can't go on forever, and Bill White knows that. Maybe 4 or 5 more years, and then he says he'll retire and do things he can't do now.
That ball's gone. Load, that ball got out there and just took off. Dave Winfield has just hit his 5th home run of the year.
The thing he'll miss more than broadcasting, more than the Yankees, is the nightly chatter with his partner, Phil Rizzuto.
Sometimes baseball can be boring if you've been around it all your life, as I've been around it. So I look forward to coming here and kidding with Rizzuto, because what we do is totally unrehearsed, and it's fun. That part of it is a lot of fun.
I should have met you sooner. I'd have had Ajit a lot sooner if I met you.
Got him with the breaking ball.
For Yankee fans, that fun in the booth will continue for at least a couple of more years. John Evans, Sports Watch 16, Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York.
The other half of that pair tomorrow night as John comes back with the scooter, Phil Rizzuto. The Yankee broadcast team working this Memorial Day in New York. The Yanks and Angels finishing out their long weekend series. And what a game. Lots of homers. Yanks get a big lead in the first. Mike Easler with a 3-run shot off Mike Witt makes it 3-0 Yankees. California back in the second. George Hendrick with the solo shot here, and that cuts it to 3-1 Yankees. Yanks down 6-4 in the seventh. Ron Hassey with a deep to right shot, 2-run homer, and that ties it at 6. But the Angels, rookie sensation Wally Joyner burns Dave Righetti with 2 outs in the ninth, a 2-run homer, 8-7. As we check out the scoreboard, you see the California Angels beating the Yanks. Boston over Cleveland 5-3. Yanks a game and a half back now. Detroit 5, Oakland 4-10. Minnesota beat Toronto 9-1. Seattle leads Baltimore 5-0 in the fifth. NL, Atlanta 9, Pittsburgh 4, and Chicago beat Cincinnati 9-6. Back with more on the Indy situation and baseball tonight at 11.
Come on, do your Bill White imitation.
Deep to left. There you go. You wanted it? You got it. Okay. That was fast. We'll ask him again at 11, maybe. The class of 16 is next with our Mike Stevens.
Mike takes a long look back at high school for the first time since graduation day.
Drop everything. Race to Rackeson's $1 million emergency inventory liquidation. Every suit, every sport coat, everything sacrificed for quick sale. Famous brand suits, values to $225, must be sold from $79. Sports coats, values to $145, must be sold from $39. Slacks, shirts, ties, everything goes to the bare walls. Most below wholesale. Rackeson's must raise cash fast. Banks and creditors must be paid immediately. Pennsylvania's biggest menswear liquidation at Rackeson's in Scranton and Kingston.
Finally, tonight we begin another week of the class of 16. Members of the Newswatch 16 team who went to high school in this area go back to school to see what has changed. Tonight, Mike Stevens takes some time off the Pennsylvania Road to visit his alma mater in Swearsville. Here's another page in the yearbook of the class of 16.
Boy, sometimes I think this picture was taken 1,000,000 years ago. Actually, it was 24 years ago, 1962, when I graduated from Swearsville High School. It's a senior citizens housing complex now. Not much history here. So I thought maybe it would be better not to look back, but to look at the present, to see how kids from Swearsville and several other West Side towns go to school today, nearly a quarter century after I walked through those doors into the cold, cruel world.
Valley West High School, something to look at for sure. A courtyard with trees in it. There's a decent auditorium that will seat nearly 800. Seat them comfortably, too. My school had wooden seats in the auditorium. Over 350 kids will graduate this year. There were about 50 in my class. I took a little tour with some seniors to see what else I didn't have in high school. There are things here my class, the class of 62, only dreamed of.
You know, I think if you take the opportunities, you can do pretty much whatever you want to while you're in high school. And it's just a matter of kind of like grabbing the opportunities that are put out in front of you.
24 years ago, school offered me fewer opportunities to prepare for what Tracy McGowan called the big experiment of life.
But I think high school is more for growing up. And now once we've done that, we can really get on with living.
Getting on with living in 62 meant for me job worries, money worries, worries about a building brush fire called Vietnam, and not having the foggiest idea of what to do about any of them.
Well, I just hope that everything that I plan for in the future works out for me. And I think the most important thing is really to be happy and to get what I want out of life.
Making it through college with good grades. I mean, if you don't have good grades, it's not even worth going. So I want good grades when I come out.
I must tell you, I envy these kids, their opportunities, their attitudes. The grand experiment of life is about to get a new group of willing and ready participants.
We'll remember always graduation day.
Mike Stevens, Newswatch 16 at Wyoming Valley West High School.
Yes, and as he would say, that was a long time ago, right, Nolan? Yeah, thanks a lot. That was all right and fine. Another one, of course, coming up tomorrow. And Tom, we're all set to go here, except you told me this is something special. Karen's got one that's burned on there already.
This one on the grill at 6:15, and it looks just about right now, Karen.
A little mustard, and you don't know the difference, right?
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
And we have some very anxious takers in back of us here, right? John's ready. Where are you going to play tonight?
Southside Scranton. We're playing the dentist tonight, the Instabats. So it's
right.
first game of the year. Highlights on the update.
Okay, and a free dental exam starting at 7. All right. Okay, we've got all the hot dogs around. One hamburger there, more hot dogs and hamburgers to come. So for the entire team, we will say thanks for being with us on this Memorial Day.
Good night. Enjoy your evening.